I'm gonna just speak from the hip here. There's a lot of people in Baltimore City, born and bred here, that don't like The Wire because of the stigma the show has left on the city. The inside joke is that anytime you from Baltimore and you go somewhere or you encounter somebody who's not from the city, they ask you three things. Oh my God, is the city really as dangerous as it is in The Wire? And they ask you to say two and do. In my opinion, I don't know his intention, but I don't think the creator of the Wire, David Simon, I don't think he set out to make a show that became synonymous with the worst parts of Baltimore. Here's my thing though. People will come from some of the most dangerous cities in America, some of the cities with the deepest drug war history, and draw the line at Baltimore and pretend it's the seventh gate to hell. People will come from LA, born and bred in South Central, and be like, oh no, I'm not going to Baltimore. Bro, you from Crip and Blood capital. I don't know if y'all know this, but the Crips and the Bloods used to not only shoot up each other's funerals, but the Bloods would go to a Crip funeral of a Crip who they just killed and pour blood all over the Crip's casket. That was a regular occurrence. I'm gonna tell you how bad it was in LA at one time, and still is in some ways in some areas. Bro, you couldn't wear red in the wrong neighborhood or blue in the wrong neighborhood. Imagine regulating two colors fully out of your closet for safety purposes. Like, you can't go to a certain part of the city with blue or red on. Like, that's not normal. Like, shit has become so normalized, people just like kind of accept it. But that shit is wild. People will come from New York and be hands off about Baltimore. Like, New York wasn't ruthless. Like, some of the deepest mob ties, like The Godfather. All of the mob documentaries take place in New York, like Paid in Full and American Gangster and New Jack City. Who Jay-Z sold drugs there. People act like corruption at the state and local level don't happen in every city and state, and bodies don't drop in every city and state. Like, people just like, oh my God, it's just Baltimore. Wow, no, don't go there. Bro, people from Philly, DC, out of all of them, annoys me the most because people from DC act like they not ruthless. I challenge you to go read about DC in the 80s and in the 90s. Fuck it, DC now. Them boys in DC will run up on you. Them boys in South DC will run up on you and take everything you own. For real. The only thing that makes DC different from Baltimore is the White House. If DC didn't have the White House, optically, it would be Baltimore.